Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for, I know I'm already here. Thank you so much for joining me today. My desire is not to be before you very long. I have quite a few things I need to get through with you today. Quite a few things I need to share with you guys today. And also, I'm hoping that your nephew, you guys, the cyber nephew, aka Cody, doesn't give me a hard time. He is in the studio right now. So before we hop right on into it, I just want to come on and let you guys know there will be a few shifts. Tonight's broadcast will not be an hour like we normally do. It won't be an hour as we typically go over sometimes, but today we will be quite short. 30-45 minutes max, because I do have to head out of here. I have a event that I need to go to because you guys know I love to network and to market and to put myself out there. So, all right. So without further ado, we'll hop right on into it. Today, we are talking about confidently branded. What does that mean to you? What does that look like to be confidently branded? And we're going to talk about how to elevate your presence and influence. So I want to start off with my little introduction tonight. For those of you that don't know me, I am Angelia Malbrew. I'm the owner and founder of Angelia Malbrew Photography, where I specialize in providing a upscale, leveled up, influential opportunity for business owners, professionals, entrepreneurs to take their businesses and their brands to the next level. So with that being said, I just wanted to come on and tell you guys, I do this for you. I do this for business owners. I do this for entrepreneurs. I do this for professionals that want to take their business and their brand to the next level. You are trying to figure things out. You're piecing things together. You're trying to figure out how to make your business and your brand stand out against the competition. You're trying to figure out how to take things up a couple of notches, right? So that's why I'm here. That's why I do this. And we meet, for those of you that don't know, we meet every Thursday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So here we are. All right. So let's hop right on into it. So I want to share a personal story with you guys. Tonight, I want to talk about how my own entrepreneur journey took me to a place of, I've always been like, I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want to, be the life of the party. But when it came to putting myself out there as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, I wasn't always as confident. And so I hid in the shadows. I did what a lot of things that I see some people doing, and that's hiding behind their logos, and there's taking their logos and using that as the face of their brand. But the logo is definitely not the face of your brand. You are. And so when I decided to start to do things differently, and the microphone was placed in my hand when I was at church and I had to tell my cancer journey story, that was the first time. Well, I'll take it back. Before that, when I started, to help out with the announcements and stuff, and, whenever I needed to fill in, that became a thing where I dreaded it. And then it became a thing like, oh, okay, this is not so bad. And then it became a thing like, oh my gosh, I love this. I love speaking. I love public speaking. And I love to put myself out there, as a professional that I am, to show up as who I am. Because if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? So with all that being said, I began to love public speaking. I began to love to be a voice, be a light, be the person that people that wanted to put their self out there, people that wanted to feel confident in putting their self out there and talking about, them, the goals, the dreams, the aspiration, and everything that they wanted to share with people. I became that for them. And I see a lot of that because a lot of times people will inbox me or they'll text me after they see me speak or hear me talk about something. And they'll say, oh my gosh, no, I didn't know you went through that. Or I resonated with you when you said this. Or they'll come up to me after any speaking engagement that I do and they'll have questions. They'll want to know, oh my gosh, how did you get into this? What made you start this? And, how do you build your confidence up to do it? And so for me, not so much of me doubting my abilities to speak, but I doubted if I would be received. I doubted if people would accept me and, my Southern slang, because I do still talk with a little bit of that Southern girl in there. And I'm very proud of my roots and where I come from. So I didn't know how that would be received. And we live in a society where people judge first and they try to get to know you later. So for me, I was like, yeah, I'm not putting myself out there to be talked about and scrutinized and stuff. And I thought about it, man, everything that Jesus went through for me, if this is what I have to do to get out here and spread the word and tell the people who I am, what I do, and if I can help one person with what I do in my story and my journey, let's go. That's what we're going to do. Let's do it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I just thought about, at times where I doubted the way that, I would be received or perceived, I should say. I never doubted my abilities and my capabilities. I didn't always see it in the beginning because sometimes you can't see what you haven't been exposed to. And sometimes when you haven't been exposed to certain things, certain environments, certain people, it makes you kind of recluse a little bit because you don't know what you don't know, right? So one thing I realized in this whole crazy madness is that confidence comes in very clutch and key in your entrepreneurial journey. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what profession you decide to go into. You have to have confidence, whether that's putting yourself out there. That's whether you are asking people to do business with you or asking to collaborate with someone or actually just asking for the sale. You have to have confidence. And so that drives us to push our boundaries to the next level. It drives us to push past our limiting beliefs and put ourselves in a position where we're showing up for ourselves, right? So you decide you're going to set higher goals and then you want to put yourself out there as a leader. All of those things come with confidence. So if you don't have any, we're going to talk about it tonight. This is why confidence matters. Confidence is crucial for business success. It influences every aspect of how we present ourselves, not only in our personal lives, but in our business world as well. If you're pitching to a client, if you're presenting in a meeting. I remember before I left corporate and I was doing a lot of presentations and, facilitating meetings because that's what project managers do. And I remember just having to put so much into what I was going to say. And I had to say it a certain way and, be concerned about the way I would be perceived and stuff. And I was over there worried about all the wrong things because I was perceived very well. They continued to ask me to come back and do things and to host meetings and stuff like that. So it ended up working out for my good. And so I said all that to say sometimes you are worried about things that could very much be a benefit to you because it'll help you to find your strength when you put yourself out there and do something that you haven't done before. Maybe it might be something that you may be good at. And so I think about it like when you're trying to network or you're trying to build a community and you're trying to open doors that you had no clue were an option to you, or even building relationships, or when you're trying to show someone else your value. And I know we have to go through that every day as business owners. If you're on social media, you're trying to show people I am valuable. I am the person that you should be doing business with. But a lot of times it's not articulated that way because maybe you're not coming off with the right energy. So today we're going to talk about self-perception. Perception shapes your reality. Confidence comes from within. I can't build your self-value. You have to have that already. But what I can do is I can help you to maintain that. I can help you to take it up a couple notches. You got to have a little bit though. You can't come with nothing. I can't build from nothing. I can definitely build some stuff, but I can't build your self-confidence if you don't feel that you have it. And I know when it comes to me doing business with women, especially, sometimes it's a lot of work. Because us women, we are critical of ourselves, and sometimes we are the worst critics of ourselves. And so if you find yourself in a situation where you are not loving on yourself enough and you're not doing what you need to do in order to feel as beautiful as you are and as amazing as you are, then there's some self-love work that needs to happen. You have to go love on yourself before you can love on anybody else. How you perceive yourself definitely dictates how others perceive you. When your brand reflects you at your very best, it helps you to attract the very best. Your values, your strengths, and your expertise, all of that, it comes naturally when you're confident. Did you know that? When you're confident about who you are and how you see yourself, it helps you to show up differently in the world. Just think about it. Just think about it. Don't worry. I'll be right here when you get ready. Come back. Let's talk about it when you get ready. Photography and self-perception, they go hand in hand. When you see beautiful professional images of yourself and your new brand that truly reflect you and your identity. And I'm not talking about something you just went ahead, created for about $250. But I'm talking about when you actually invest the time, the money, the effort into building out a professional brand, getting your photos together, getting your brand created in a sense where you like, oh my gosh, like I knew my brand was amazing, but to see it come to life, oh my God, it will change your life. I'm telling you, once you have a real branding shoot, it's going to change your life. Professional photography, what did I say last week? It's not all about looking good. It's part of it, but it's about feeling proud of who you are. It's about being proud of your business, your brand, your baby, what you made. It's okay to be okay with that. It's okay to be happy about that because you worked hard. And when your professional and your personal brand aligns with the way you see yourself, your confidence is going to go here. That is going to translate to everything and everybody that's near you or near your business, that this is the way this person does business. And I like it because if they're confident about their brand, confident about their business, what makes me think that they're not going to be confident about me and mine, right? So next thing I want to talk about is overcoming imposter syndrome. When was the last time you felt like an imposter in your business? Many entrepreneurs struggle with this. They feel like they're not good enough, or they feel like they don't deserve the success that they have achieved, or they feel like they just don't fit the mold. That's what imposter syndrome is. And it's a feeling of somehow feeling like you're going to have to fake it until you make it. And that's very common. But what I don't want you to do, even if you feel that way, I don't want you to stay in that place because it's not worth it. It's really not. Now I'm going to talk to you about how you can overcome it. Here are a few strategies to overcoming that imposter syndrome. One, you want to overcome imposter syndrome by reframing from talking, speaking, thinking negative over you, your life, your family, your business, your brand. Focused on things that you've done in the past that have been a success. Even if you made a mistake, it's okay. You can bounce back. And another thing I want you to do is remind yourself that you've earned a seat at that table. And some of us have actually built the table. Be proud of that and then thank God. Or vice versa. Thank God and then be proud of it. Another great strategy is to turn yourself around, even if it comes to relationships, friendships, partnerships, whatever. Get yourself around some people that value you, that encourage you, that motivate you to keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's tough. Realizing your expertise, and when you marry that with your success and how you have decided to move your life into this different direction. You have positive influences around you. You have people that see you for who you are. And when you have a conversation with them, it doesn't feel like you're bragging. Because when you sit at a table with winners, you don't have to worry about the conversation feeling as though you're bragging. Because if you're sitting with people that see you as a winner, the conversation is always different. So I urge you and encourage you to get around some people that support you, get around some people that love you, get around some people that see the best in you, even if you can't see it in yourself sometimes. Because let's be honest, sometimes it's not easy running a business. Sometimes you need somebody to say, hey, girl, pick yourself up. Come on, let's go wash your face and let's bounce. Let's get back to it. It's not easy. So if you don't have people around you that really and truly support you, I think you're doing yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. And for those of you that don't know, that's one of my good friends. She is always here to support her sister, and I appreciate it so very much. And so when we talk about overcoming the strategies of feeling worthless and feeling that you have to show up and fake it till you make it, it's so loaded. And I'm trying to stay in this little realm and just talk to you guys about overcoming the self-sabotage and the imposter syndrome, because it's so easy to fall into that trap. So again, align yourself with people that are moving in your direction, and they don't have to be moving at your speed, but are they moving at all? Think about what that would look like if you had these people in a room with you, and just say you guys had to figure out how to crack this code to get out of the room, right? If you have a whole room full of people and everybody's working towards one project, we got to get out of this room. Do you really and honestly and truly say, when you look at the people that are surrounding you, are these people going to indeed be able to help me out of this space? Are they going to encourage me and tell me, okay, I can't look at the blueprint, but you guys can look at it. Give me the code so we can get out of here. Or are they going to be over there looking out the window, looking at the birds fly by? Like, what they going to be doing? They going to be on their phone texting or what? That's how you have to think about the people you surround yourself with in business, because business is already hard enough. You don't need people around you that are going to slow you down, drag you down. It's okay to love those people. They can't all go to the top with you. Okay? People always say, oh, it's lonely at the top. It is at the bottom too. It's lonely at the bottom too. So get you some good people and let's ride on to the top and get to that mountaintop together and look back and say, you know what, we made it together. And then you help somebody else up, because that's what you do. That's what this life is about. You have to help other people, but you can't help people that have no desire to help themselves. They have to want it. And if they don't want it, I don't care how bad you want it for them, it won't happen for them, period. And the third thing I want to talk about is confidence through preparation. So when you are preparing yourself for your next journey, your next position, you're in that, whether that's you hiring people and now you're somebody's manager or boss or entrepreneur, friend, connection, colleague, brand ambassador, whatever it is, when you're preparing yourself to go to the next level, one of the best ways that I found to boost confidence is to be prepared. Because if you're not prepared and you show up all willy-nilly saying, oh, I'll just piece it together and I'll figure it out as I go, that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because now you're over there trying to piece stuff together. It's like knitting a quilt. If you don't have all of your pieces, how are you going to do it? Right. Show up with your confidence. Show up knowing on the inside as well as showing it on the outside that I am who I am. My audience is who they are. I know what my goals are. And it gives you a sense of understanding. It gives you a foundation and it gives you something to actually build on. Okay. So approach this whole situation with confidence. Confidence is not easy, like I said before, but approaching business with confidence, it has to be something you have to have in order to be a business owner. Because if you don't have that, you are going to fail. And I am not calling failure upon your business. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. However, if you don't have the confidence to show up for your brand and your business, who gonna do it? It's all on you, boo. Okay? All right. Also, I want you guys to think about brand strategy and consistency. It is so important to remain consistent. Having a clear brand message and a strategy is key. You have to have this across all your platforms. You remember what we talked about last night? Not last night, last week. It builds trust. It gives people that notoriety about you. Do we know them? Do we like them? Do we trust them? And it shows you as a strong brand. It shows that you are consistent. It shows that, okay, they are clear. I know what they're saying, and I know they're talking directly to me. It's going to be easier for people to do business with you when they know that you're talking to them. Okay. Next thing. So we only have like 5 things to talk about tonight. Like I said, we're gonna wrap this up. We got about 10 more minutes. The next thing we're gonna talk about is body language and presentation. So there's nonverbal communication. There are things that you can say and not have to open your mouth. Right? So confidence is not just about how you feel, it's about how you present yourself to the world. How are you showing up to people? Are you showing up professional? Are you showing up with your hair done? Are you showing up with clean clothes on? And I have to say that because I have been in situations where people just came as they were. Now the Lord said, bring your heart. Come as you are. When you show up to these networking events, you have to show up like the position you want. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when we were prepared, and I think maybe we were in high school or something, when we were prepared for interviews, right? And I don't know if everybody went through that. If you guys went through that, let me know in the comments. But we went through a series of videos about how to present yourself, how to show up at entrepreneur events. Like if you're going in for a job, I'm not going to say entrepreneur because back then it wasn't very popular in my community to be an entrepreneur. When we were in school, they were teaching us to go to school, get a good job. So they prepared us for showing up for interviews. Do you know that every time you meet someone, that's an interview? Every time you go to a networking event, that's an interview, because you never know who is watching you. You never know who has their eye on you. You never know how a person is going to say, you know what? Oh, I know Angelia. Yeah, let me invite her. Like she is a person that you need to know, or a person you need to connect with. I had a wonderful time this week because I went to a 2-day intense, very intense workshop. It's an 8-week workshop. So I'll be there every week starting next week. I think for the next 8 weeks. And so last night we were sitting at dinner, and this lady, her and I have been talking. We were been communicating. I had a very in-depth conversation with her, an emotional conversation with her prior to me leaving corporate, right? And so I remember having a conversation with her. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, my soul is so on fire right now. I feel like I just need to go in the car and scream. She was like, girl, sometimes you got to go get it out. Just go do it. I went outside. I didn't scream because it was too hot. And I was like, it's too hot. I'm not going out there screaming inside. But I did go outside and pull myself together. And so during that whole process, her and I was talking, and we never talked about what genre of photography I photographed or anything like that. She knew I was a photographer. She knew that I showed up, and she knew that I was professional, I was reliable, and I was always going to come with a great energy, right? So last night we got to talking. She was like, oh, Angelia, what do you shoot? And I told her. And I just told her about my Elevate Your Brand tour. She was like, oh my God, I love that. She was like, I got 3 referrals for you. I got 3 people that would be great connections for you. Had I not shown up every other time, I wasn't looking for her to do that. But guess what? She invited me to a networking event tonight. And guess who going? Me. Because when people put you in a position and they put you in a place where they're going to refer you, or they're going to put money in your pocket, or they're going to put clients in your space, or even connect you as another person that, hey, you can call on this person if you need XYZ. You have to show up and look the part. So back to what I was saying. So they taught us in school, or showed us a lot of videos about how to show up when you go to networking events, and how, when you get ready to go to interviews and stuff. And I remember they were talking about, don't go in there with loud perfume on, because you never know if the interviewer is going to be allergic. And they also told us, don't go in there looking all crazy, and don't go in there with jeans and shorts on and stuff. Like, look professional, look presentable. I think a lot of that has gone out the door. I don't know if it's just the area that I'm in Arizona, or maybe it's because of the heat, but I have found, and this is no shade to anybody, but I have found here on this side of the world is totally different from the way we do things in the South. You know, when we're going to an interview, we're going to be professional. We're going to come with our stuff together. We're going to come with our little resume. Even if they already have it, you're going to come in there and you're going to be professional. And you're going to present yourself as such. Did y'all see that nonverbal communication I just gave you? It was so loud, wasn't it? We got to get back to that. We do. We do. And I don't care if you are on Zoom, if you are interviewing with someone that has the opportunity and the potential to hire you on as an employee, show up. Show up and be professional. Show up, be professional, and be on time. I don't care if it is on Zoom. That's somebody's time you're wasting. That's somebody's time you're taking from something else that they could be doing something else with, and you as well. Maximize your time in things that you are doing, and let's not waste our time on things that don't matter. Okay. Next thing. So we already talked about showing up, professional with physical appearance, like meetings, networking events, public speaking. Focus on maintaining open body language. If you're going in there like this, guess what? Guess what Auntie Iyanla taught us? You already shut down. When you walk in there with your hands folded and you're not giving people an opportunity to have a conversation with you, or you look unpresentable. And when I say unpresentable, I'm not talking about you look a mess. I'm talking about you going there with your face frowned up and not making eye contact. That makes people not want to have a conversation with you. So moving on. So if you think about that, making eye contact, stand tall, like walk in that room like God sent you because he did. Be confident. And even if you feel a little bit nervous, you never know. The person in that room that you are nervous to have a conversation with, they probably nervous to talk to you too. Normally, I try to, because I'm a social butterfly, right? So I try to talk to the person that's not having a conversation in the room because I know they probably need the conversation the most. That's just how I roll. Because I feel like nobody should be left behind, especially at a networking event. So, photography and physical confidence. Professional photos can help build your confidence because when you're showing your marketing material or you're showing your social media to them, they look at you like, oh my gosh, like this person really cares about their brand. They are showing up. They look professional. This is somebody, if I'm going to do a podcast, y'all know I do podcasts. Make sure you subscribe to the Let's Talk Elevate Your Brand podcast because we are getting ready to start interviewing hosts. So if you want and you are interested in being a host on the podcast, make sure you let me know. Reach out to me in my inbox and I have a link for you as well. Other than that, I want you guys to think about when you do your professional photos, are you having a guided posing opportunity with your photographer? If not, you need to ask them that too. If they are not helping you to be posed, that's going to be a problem because if you don't know how to pose and then you coming in there doing the same thing you typically do on your pictures on social media, that's not going to be how you want to be presented if you're a business coach, right? Just think about it. Don't worry about it. I'll be right here when you come back. Think about how, and you can even use my social media as an example, like go and be confident in what you're asking for. And if this person can't do that, then you probably should be calling me anyway. But I digress. Other than that, just think about how when you are standing up in your best and you're doing the best and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're showing up the way you're supposed to be showing up, you are looking professional, you are confident in the way you're showing up, that's going to make you feel like, oh my gosh, I am that girl or I am that guy. So just think about the way you're showing up in front of these people, not just physical, but also nonverbal communication. Number 5, mindset shifts for success. So, do you have a growth mindset? I think that's a real question. I think people need to literally sit with that. Like, I don't even want y'all to answer that right now. I want y'all to think about it. Do you have a growth mindset? Confidence is part of a growth mindset. Are you trying to make a shift in your business, your life, your lifestyle, your income? You have to make a growth mindset change in order to get there. Because if you keep thinking with the same thought process and you keep mulling over things that are not happy spaces and happy places for you, you're going to find yourself right back in a circle, and it becomes a loop, and you keep doing the same thing over and over and over. You know what that is? Insanity. Yeah, we ain't going to do that no more, okay? That was yesterday. We're not going to do that today. All right. When you think about the challenges that you've gone through, the opportunities for you to learn and for you to grow, you didn't go through all of that stuff for nothing. You went through it for a reason. Everything that you go through is for a reason. So see it as what it is. Don't mull over it, but use it as an opportunity to grow. So I want you guys to think about approaching new ventures or ignoring things that could have been seen as a setback as an opportunity. See it as your confidence. See it as an opportunity to grow. Next thing, know that everything has a part in your journey, because it does. I guarantee you, you go back and look back 10 years ago, something that you said yes to could be impacting your life today. Or maybe you said no to something and it impacted your life today. So here are 3 actionable mindset shifts I want you guys to journal down, write down, think about tonight. Let me know in the inbox. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it after you go and work on this. This is a little mindset work. Focus on progress, not perfection. Every step in your journey is a part that is necessary. Okay? Learn to embrace, and I don't like to say failure, but learn to embrace road bumps. Because I put failure on here, but I'm thinking I don't like the word failure no more. I don't like, that's not even going to be part of my vocabulary anymore. But see that road bump or roadblock for a temporary roadblock. See it as a learning opportunity, right? And I also want you guys to set achievable goals that push you just a little bit out your comfort zone. It's okay. Nobody gonna bite you. You're gonna be fine. Allow yourself to build that confidence incrementally. And I know it's hard to say, oh, well, where do I start? You just start. You just start. And it's okay if it's not perfect in the beginning, but you just start. Okay? All right, so we're about to wrap up. And before we close, I want to give you guys an opportunity to join my new group, because we are moving things around. We are shaking things up. And I have so much more I'm going to share with you guys within the next 2 weeks. First thing, we have a new community called the Elevated Brand Insiders Community. Now, this community is going to be a safe space. It is going to be a place where you're going to get ongoing tips. You're going to get access to special offers that everybody won't get. Not even people that follow me are going to get all of this stuff you guys are going to get. And you're going to get monthly giveaways, and they are going to be good because y'all know I don't give away no mess. We're also going to talk about how you can build and boost your brand and your business, and definitely confidence in business, because confidence is something that I speak on when I am doing my public speaking talks. For those of you that don't know me, or if you want to book me, inbox me, and let's have a conversation about it. But I do speaking, and I speak on confidence. I speak on networking, and I speak on personal branding. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Also, the Elevate Your Brand Tour. If you guys have not already signed up, make sure you do. If you are interested in being an affiliate, not a brand ambassador, but an affiliate, you get a nice little piece of change for the people that you refer to me. So if you are interested, make sure you send me your information. You can DM me. I'm not one of the people to say, oh, don't DM me, but do not come in my inbox saying, hey, girl, or not being professional. If it's in the morning, say good morning. If it's in the afternoon, say hello, good afternoon. But don't come in there and just start asking me about no money, girl. Be professional, okay? Because I will never come in your inbox. It's just like coming to people's door and just walking in the house. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? That's rude. Don't do that. All right. So, again, 7-city tour. We are going to start off on September 27th, 2024 in Minnesota. So if you are interested in joining me in Minnesota, reach out. Let's do your consultation and let's get you on the books. Also, like, share, subscribe this video. I also want you guys to subscribe to the Elevate Your Brand podcast. I know I threw a lot at y'all, but it's okay. It's a video. You can go back and rewatch it again. All right. So we're going to wrap up. And I know I said 30 minutes, but we're going to do it in 35. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And as we do on the podcast, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. May God continue to love on you, protect you, your family, and everybody you're connected to. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye.